Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Crusaders Weekly stream for Thursday, May 28th. We are live coming to you from the Codename Entertainment offices in beautiful Victoria, British Columbia. I'm Erika, the live services manager for Crusaders and the community manager for Codename, and this is lead artist Kat for Crusaders.
Hello.
So we'll be going over the coloring sheets shortly. Just wanted to make a note that the code this week, you do need to include the exclamation mark when you're copying it into the game. So yeah, we'll start off the stream looking at the timelines coloring sheets this week.
Yeah, I was really impressed by all of these because it's a fairly complex thing with 3 different characters, and a lot of people did the thing that I kind of intended with the the good and the bad and stuff like that. And again, I'm not going to spend tons of time critiquing or anything, but I do really like this green color scheme. Makes the eyes pop out.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, someone spent a lot of time on. I think this is
Bunga Benses?
Yeah. They're always impressive every week, with all the canon colors, as it were. This one's very colorful, just all over the place, which is fun.
It's a very evil Bannerol in that one.
Yeah, just red with anger. This one's also pretty colorful, but a little more cohesive, I think. And this one's a more limited palette, but that's okay. I feel like more people kept the good Bannerol like a cohesive color scheme, or maybe it just looks better. I don't know. It keeps standing out to me more. I like it. It's good. Lots of yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Well, this one thickened up the lines, which is interesting. Makes Evil Bay look like just a shadow, just spooky in a good way. A pencil crayon, Real Media one.
Mm-hmm.
It's very nice. Basically sticking to the real colors, but giving Bay some purpley, which actually looks really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very nice. This one's interesting. It's a very sepia, and there's little water droplet textures.
Oh, neat.
Almost as if it was an old photo. Yeah, it's very cool. I like it. Oh. I think this is Bungo's work in progress, but the good and the evil. I enjoy the recolored squiggles. Appreciate the effort.
The idea for Squiggle's future skin.
Yeah. Another Real Media one. I think markers. Yeah, looks like markers. Again, lots of different colors, which is fun.
Mm-hmm.
I like what they did with the squiggly timeline lines. Oh. Poor priestess. She's not having a good time with what she's seen.
No. Evil Bay got her.
Yeah. Still, very good. Very colorful again, and with a little sort of detail on priestess's eyes, which is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The purple skin. And the multicolored feathers, that's cute. Oh, and another pencil crayon, looks like. Lots of good colors. I like the multicolored hair on Evil Bay.
Mm-hmm.
and this sort of magenta that's used in an accent in all sorts of places. And this yellow and blue is a really good color scheme for Good Bay. And this one I think is Zodi, who does the painting over with semi-transparent. Looking real good. Yep. More green skin. Almost reminds me of like Ganondorf, just like super evil color scheme.
Yeah.
And the purple and yellow is very good. And that's the last one. So, as always, thank you for your participation and sharing with us. And I will be sketching today a hopefully simplified little scene idea that that Erika actually mentioned the other day. So, and yeah, you take it away with questions and shoutouts and such like that.
Yeah, so we're seeing some regulars in chat. We've got Bungo Bunts and JS Random Numbers, and Scrooge and Jabble and Cassius, Lexer26, Leptimus, Ragnar, Dojoga, G-Freeze, Pistuso, Rainbow Julian, GSR. Thank you all for joining us. Seeing a couple of new people, I think. Muet. And Ian, Sam, and Michelle. So, as chat said, there's a good squiggles when we were looking at the dual squiggles sheet.
Well, fair.
So yeah, thank you guys for joining us this morning. Speaking of coloring sheets, you guys definitely reached the goal between the Flora Daycare and the Finding Aitiaka coloring sheets. So you do have a code for a 3-day-long idle buff waiting for you if you haven't redeemed it yet, and the code will expire on Friday, June 12th. So you do have some time before you need to use it if you don't want to use it while the event's running, because you prefer to use it while you're doing free plays outside of the event.
Jojo had kind of a fit. Sorry.
Yay, Photoshop. But at least it let you log in today, which was weird for half the office yesterday. They couldn't log in.
Yeah, most of the artists found it okay because we just leave stuff open, and having more seats has been really helpful. But yeah, it was bad.
Jojoga says, everyone is so mean to Squiggles, yet this event's Tier 5 showed that there is a very good use for him. He's great at catching those meteors that kill you for 15 minutes. Aww.
Oh, wow.
David Wells says, I'm going to print some color sheets. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I hope you have fun. We'd love to see them.
Lexer26 says, noobs are loving the Xiaolong starter pack. That's pretty cool. We thought that would be one of the Crusaders that new players would be interested in getting as a starter pack. Mm-hmm. So yeah, if you haven't reloaded the game since yesterday, there are 2 new starter packs in the game with exclusive golden epics for Xiaolong and Langley. They will unlock those 2 Crusaders if you don't own them yet. Otherwise, you get the golden epic and some crafting materials out of it. And Lexer26 says the Aitiaka was a fun coloring sheet.
I'm glad.
Yeah, no, I had fun with it. A lot of rock.
Yeah.
Michelle says, in-game, they're dragon poker. Oh, cool. Mistyville says, good evening.
Good evening and good morning.
Yeah.
To all places.
Bunga Bunt says, this is a great event to use the idle buff for because the event formation is pretty big. Mistyville, what is the code for the idle buff you were just discussing? So we're doing community activities with these coloring sheets because it's pretty cool. So for every 50 coloring sheets we get, we give out a buff. And you can find the code on Reddit. I did share it on Twitter and Instagram this time, too. So if you follow us on Twitter or Instagram, you can grab the code. But yeah, so this week was an idle buff for 3 days for 25%, I believe. So yeah, you can redeem it and start that timer whenever you want before June 12th. Yeah, Lexer 26. Will those golden epics in the starter packs make their way to the challenge store eventually? No, because they're in starter packs, which are permanent DLC on Steam. They will be purchase exclusive. SOTF, just curious, but when had the twins and Bruno skins popped into the Ruby shop? I only just spotted they were there by accident. So the twin skin, that was your choice, right? And the Bruno Kelpie was my choice. So that would have been in our skin shop update in March, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been the skin shop update in March. So yeah, they've been there since March, SOTF.
Man, feels like forever ago.
Maybe we'll know the answer to this. David Wells was trying to find a good app for downloading the coloring sheets, playing on an iOS tablet, or using an iOS tablet. I'm not really an iOS user.
Yeah.
Is anyone in chat iOS?
Unfortunately, I don't know either. Tablets have Procreate. I don't know if that's buy or free though, but it's an art program I hear a lot of good things about.
Mistyville says they're not on Reddit or Twitter or Instagram. They're just on Facebook. I can get our social person to release the coloring sheet code on Facebook as well. But you do want to have a Reddit account before next Tuesday because it's the 200th Reddit Q&A this coming Tuesday. So, I'm going to do something special. Probably a giveaway to anyone who comments. So 10 winners will get something out of all the people who comment within the first 24 hours. So yeah, it'll be cool. And it's already stream 20 next week. That's crazy.
Well, this is the 11th coloring sheet.
Yeah.
Also feels pretty crazy.
Freya Tech. Can we make the missions take 4 times as long with 4 times the reward, please? I can't even go pee without a mission pop up. I guess that's when they're getting all the quick EP missions in a row, and it's just one pop-up after the other. You could just try maxing out your mission count and get a lot on cooldown, and then but we can think about adding some longer missions to the game as well. Hardball UK. Good morning, Erika and Kat. Hope you and your team are all safe and well. Thank you for the code and a great game. Aww.
Nice to see you as always. We're doing good.
Yeah. Hope you're doing well too. Rainbow Julian's commenting on the Milgrid starter pack. Yeah, her wand already existed before we put that starter pack out, but we did remove it. Well, it should have been removed from the challenge shop and the flash sales when we put it out. If it still shows up, then I'm getting that removed. Cassius, given that instant satisfaction and Taskmaster is a thing, a lot of magnify uses get wasted. Is it time to either remove the doesn't stack effect from it or add charges to magnify so that it can save up uses? I don't think we'd ever remove that doesn't stack because that means your magnify would make your next ability like super strong, especially if you got really lucky with instant satisfaction. But we have had requests for charges before, and it was interesting. And it might be something worth looking into. Gunslinger DE. The new dino is so cute.
Thank you.
By the way, when will we get version 1 of the game? I mean, someday. Yeah, it feels like it'd just be a formality now, but I want to make it like special. So like if there are players who are like, oh, it had beta on it, maybe they come back, kind of deal. So it's like, I don't know. And then have to talk Kevin into doing a Steam build for Mac, because I think it still says beta in the Mac version on Steam. So it's like, which is the funnest thing in the world. G-Freeze, how is the May-June update going? It's definitely starting to take shape. Kat's been working on some art for it, which is like so cool. And then the one thing is so cute. It's like
Yeah, hoping people will like it. We appreciate your patience.
Yeah. Scrooge McScourge says, interesting choices for the new starter packs. It would be great for new players to have in-game descriptions of what all the starter pack Crusaders can do. Same for the Steam pages. Poof. I don't know if there's room on the pack dialogue to like list out their abilities. But it might
have it somewhere though.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair. And for the Steam one, I definitely have to write it out because you're not allowed to link out in the description of the DLC. Oh, yeah. Well, I'll ask Kevin if it's possible to add a Crusader Power description to the starter packs. Xlade says, hi guys, how's the uncapped objectives coming along? It's coming. There's progress. There's visible progress. Jabal says, great job with the game and staying in touch with the community, and thanks to today's backstage support. Who would that be today? It is Sasha on the CNE Games account today. Doing a great job.
Yeah.
Cassius says, still hoping for Minions 3 Kill the Rabbids as a mission name. Maybe when Minions 3 comes out. Which probably will happen at this rate. G-Freeze says, maybe for each stack you save up with Magnify, it gets less useful. That would be an interesting way to deal with it. Dave Yazdek says it's a 32-bit on the Mac. No, it should have been a 64 version. Pretty sure we went through that pain in October when Steam says, Catalina needs 64-bit apps for Mac. Blasphemer 2016, is there a timetable you can share for any upcoming content changes? I think the last thing I recall mentioned was the unlimited talents, which we now have. Well, I do share the upcoming events in my Reddit Q&As, so Hidden Temple is obviously currently running, and then A Song of Thrones will start not next week, but the week after. Because there's space for the week between events this time around. But yeah, the next big thing is what chat keeps talking about, is the uncapped objectives, because I would really like to get that out to players So you guys have a reason to keep chasing power. And then after that, we would get back on the normal update schedule of getting, I think, Madam Finkelbottom still needs Tier 4 objectives, and then the Tier 4 11th objectives for everything that still needs a Tier 4 11th, and then go on with the Tier 5s. And then, of course, Tier 6 events will be happening. Vin Gummy, hello. Hey Vin, will there be any survey on the game updates coming up soon? I mean, we've done surveys in the past, but they do take a lot of work to collate the data. So even if I did run a survey, I'm not sure I have the time right now to actually read through it all and get the players' responses, and I'd want to have some time to actually devote to reading the results. So maybe once we're back on a more regular update schedule, I will talk Kevin into trying to figure out the survey code. Because up till now, it's always been Peter setting up the surveys for Crusaders 2. And I don't think Kevin's looked at that before. Oh, Milgrid?
Mm-hmm.
SOTF. Anything more about adjusting the mission screen Crusaders list for an easy way to uncheck excluded Crusaders? We heard that request. It is not something that we would be working on right now, given that we're working on the uncapped objectives update, but we'll definitely keep it in mind. Oh, they're wondering who's behind Milgrid.
You'll find out. It's one of the base 20, and then somebody who's a cat.
Gee. Xlade, is Itiaka at the power level you'd want them to be at? Even in a non-human meta, they will probably never see the light of day compared to twins. We can revisit. I don't think players have really mentioned their power level recently. But we can revisit them in the future. Ignis Umbrae. There's no Yogscast Crusaders event this year, right? Is it possible to get those Crusaders via recruit missions? Correct. There will not be the Yogscast event, but they are available through the recruit missions. Green Samurai 23. Any hint on the rewards for the uncapped objectives? Please don't say rubies or materials. So what reward would you like to see then, other than rubies and materials? Because you do still need about 10 of materials if you want to get legendaries up high for power. Blasphemer 2016. Thank you for the update. You're welcome. Dragon Poker says, I would like to see sales on just common or uncommon materials. Sometimes a gal just needs more materials. It's interesting. We'll keep that in mind.
So clearly some people want materials as a reward.
Mm-hmm.
You always got to keep that in mind. We can't please everybody. We do our best to facilitate the desires of the community, but when they are polar opposites, somebody's going to be unhappy.
Mm-hmm. Rainbow Julian has an Animal Crossing question for you, Kat. My hybrids keep growing more hybrids every time it rains. You want some? I'm running out of space.
I mean, sure. I enjoy hybrids. Once again, we can talk more on Twitter.
Happy Little Boozer says, good evening. How's Crusaders looking for December 2020 when Flash goes out the window? And Dragon Poker says they're also wondering about Flash. So the plan is Crusaders will still be available through Steam to play. And then we're going to offer a downloadable client from our Codename Games website. So you can link your progress from wherever you're currently playing now to Codename Games or Steam and download it and keep playing there. I believe the Facebook Game Room will still support Flash as well. So if you're using the Facebook Game Room app on your desktop, you'll still be able to play there. And then if there are any browsers that still support Flash, aside from the main ones, then we'll look into keeping a Flash version available on the Codename Games website as well. GDF, is there any way you can put in a scroll bar so it's easier to select Crusaders to send on missions? That request does keep coming up. Do you currently use the hotkeys to move 8 Crusaders at a time? So if you hold Control and then hold Shift and click the mouse, you can move 8 Crusaders at a time on the mission screen. So that does help a bit. And you can use the scroll wheel too on your mouse to scroll the list of Crusaders. Scrooge McScourge, I got Itiaka's dad today. Love that legendary.
Yeah, that's really good. That's Kevin's humor.
Acmelian says the search for Simon Crusaders are randomly on missions. Any other Crusaders in the same situation? No, it's just those 4 Crusaders that are only recruitable through the mission system right now. Everyone else still has their events, and you can either wait until they come around, or you can get lucky with the recruit missions. Blasphemer 2016. I appreciated the Yogscast chests. I didn't get anything useful, but I really appreciated getting them nonetheless. I was like, it's materials. It's trinkets, it's a time warp. Bungo Bunts. When will the travesty about Mildred be corrected? When will she have a beard? When?
Maybe she shaves. She's a fashion conscious mining dwarf. Not gnome. Mm-hmm.
Xlade says, uncapped objectives would ideally be something we don't already have, as we need a new way to scale in power, as both idols and materials have diminishing returns, along with nothing to spend stuff on. Cassius must be trying to go for the jewel chests and not have Anna. They want skin tokens from the uncapped objectives to help with getting the base 20 skins. Scrooge McScourge says, Kevin has great humor. Crusaders is one of the games that always makes me laugh, and all of us do. Thanks.
Nice to hear.
Chavki maybe. Forgot to ask this, but in the challenge shop, both of my chests available are the same. Is this a glitch of some sort? If you're only missing gear on one Crusader, because the chests or the challenge token store is designed to help you epic your Crusaders, it'll offer you the same type of chest. If you're not, like if you have more than one Crusader missing gear and you're seeing 2 of the same type, then that is a bug, and I need to bug Kevin about that. Happy Little Boozer says, a Tolkien dwarf who shaves? Disgraceful. Oh, we didn't say Tolkien dwarf.
No?
Mildred's just a dwarf.
Yeah. There are many kinds of dwarf. Take Lyrion, for example.
Yeah, he's got no beard either.
Yeah, he's still a dwarf. Beard does not make the dwarf.
Cassius said, maybe girl dwarves don't have beards where Mildred is from.
Yeah, I mean, different cultures of dwarves and their beardliness. Maybe Gemthel is more of a rarity as a lady dwarf with a beard. Who knows? It's just I mean, I think of it as just another, like, personal choice with fashion or whatever, because,
Yeah.
you know, human beings, men can have beards or not. Dwarves just put a lot more emphasis on them, but that doesn't mean that they have to. IMO. It depends on your fantasy setting, I guess.
Yeah.
And ours is very loosey-goosey.
Yeah, there's multiple dwarf races in Crusaders. Sir Robinson asks, is there going to be something new to spend rubies on? Just the Taskmasters, and as an option for skins and the drill chests. For now. We've had some ideas to, like, maybe cancel missions for rubies, but that's still a work in progress-ish, if we're gonna do it. Dragon Poker says, would love to see that mission recall or mission time termer thing to get Crusaders back pretty quickly. Blasphemer says, gotta run, so I'll see you rest in the recording later on. Thank you, Erika and Kat, for all you do to keep us fools entertained. It's greatly appreciated.
Yeah, it's great to see you every week.
Yeah. Susan says, howdy, Erika, Kat, and Sasha.
Howdy. Xlade
says, instead of canceling missions, you could allow us to speed up the missions for rubies instead. That is also true. Chavki, maybe. Will we ever see Eric or Kevin as Crusaders in the game? It's cute that you guys want us to be Crusaders, but it would probably just be my avatar or something. If I ever do a self-insert Crusader. Probably same for Kevin, too. Because, like, we're working on it, and it's like, all these Crusaders are our babies, so they're all a part of us. Well, the ones that we've made. Mm-hmm. Or we could be, Erika and Kevin could be bosses in areas. I mean, I guess. It would only be fair after so long of killing Justin and Eric and Clive that, you know, you get to kill other staff. Zodi says, extra vote for mission recall or speed to finish. Rainbow Julian says, anything to share about Song of Thrones Tier 5? We were just talking about the potential Crusader and the potential Crusader skins before the stream started. So Kat will start drawing the Crusader next week probably, so you might get a tease on stream again as the weekly sketch. We'll see how things are going. Lexer26, random question. Who is the cat in the treasure coloring sheet? That was just a random cat, right?
Yeah, so when I organized it to ink it, I did go through all the equipment items of basically every character looking for things that could fit to make them all like official items. And the closest for the cat is Shadow Queen's familiar.
Right, she does have a cat.
Yeah. But it can just be a random cat.
I saw a coloring sheet colored in Karen's colors.
Yeah, I like that. That was cute.
Cassius, at worst, you could always do cat as a Bridget skin. I guess. Bridget the artist angel.
Yeah. No. I don't know. I appreciate that you guys want us in game. That's kind of cute, but I don't want to be. I don't think. And also, I really don't like drawing real people. It's awful. Even when it's like cartoonifying them, that's even worse sometimes, because then you have to like exaggerate character features of them, and it's really hard to not be insulting.
Right.
I took part of one of my classes in college. We did a little sort of module or whatever on caricature, and yeah.
GSR is asking, which Game of Thrones character will the Song of Thrones Crusader be based on?
Well, that's the thing. Might be pivoting away from Game of Thrones, because it's over, and people were really mad about the way it ended, and it sort of disappeared from the cultural sphere of influence. I thought maybe we would go in more of a Witcherly direction. Would love to hear your opinions on that.
Well, I remember last week, like, don't do Geralt exactly, because Sapkowski is, like, really on the copyright, but...
Yeah, no, it would... probably wouldn't even... Like, it'd be really easy to make, like, our own Witcher school and just make a Monster Hunter sort of guy, or gal, or non-binary individual. But, I don't know. It seems a little too easy, almost.
Yeah.
So, sometimes easy is good.
True.
I don't know. Don't always have to make shit harder for myself.
yeah, that's true. Scrooge McScourge says, if not part of the game, what about a coloring sheet featuring the Crusaders trio? It's like, you just explained you don't like to draw humans, so...
I have, like, a stylistic way that I draw myself, because I can draw myself with any kind of self-depreciation and stuff. It's me, I can't insult myself exactly. But I would be really afraid of insulting my coworkers and friends, basically.
G-Free says, what about buying various buffs with rubies? That's potential, yeah. Like the buff cards, or like actually invest in buffs like talents with idols. Cassius is saying, am I missing some side lore, or does Song of Thrones not include any singers? Well, there are no like bards as Crusaders. We're riffing on the fact that it's a Game of Thrones show, which is based on the Song of Ice and Fire saga series. So like we went Song of Thrones to make the event title. I guess we could do like a bard thing.
Mm-hmm. That's a possibility.
Everyone's like, Spaceballs is eternal. Why don't you do Spaceballs Crusaders?
What? At least try to stay on theme, guys. Like for alien invasion, maybe. But even then.
And then they're like, Brute needs a friend, so you could do an Ent as part of the Song of Thrones. another tree crusader.
Those are cool. What about Chris? He's a tree. Jeez.
Yeah. But he's just he's an elemental. He's not really an ent. Well, he's pretty close, actually, yeah. Hardball UK, you keep your talent going, Kat. Very imaginative and welcome.
Thanks.
Dragon Poker says, gotta say, Kat, this is pretty awesome to watch you create. Seeing the art come alive while live is a nice treat.
Thanks. I'm glad you think so. That's, the big reason that we do these streams. At least, I mean, for me, being here every week. Obviously it's fun for me to draw, but if it's something that other people like, that just makes it even better.
Yeah. Musical HB says, how about a D&D style campaign with new Crusaders that are your D&D characters for when you come out of beta? I don't think we would riff on a D&D style campaign at this point. We might, like, if Kat really wants her D&D Crusader in the game, in Crusader styles.
I don't know. Since we have an entire game that is D&D, I have actually thought about, like, what if my D&D character was in the game? And I've flopped back and forth, but I think ultimately it's not actually something I want.
Right.
And I have a lot of characters to choose from, so it's like, how do you pick your favorite child,
I think Kevin has tried playing D&D in the office, right?
Oh, yeah.
He's played. So he has a character. I would have to invent a character if I wanted to put a D&D character in the game. Because I have yet to play D&D. Cassius says, a humble bard, even. So dandelion for Song of Thrones. Xlade says, how are we going to avoid uncapped objectives from not being cheesed with lingering buffs and with Bruno? Will you either disable these or provide a hard cap as to how much these things can influence the run? I'm not sure if we'd nuke Bruno, because you do need to waste a lot of time to actually get the power from him. We can definitely consider the Bruno cap, but we will be dealing with lingering buffs before the uncapped objectives come out. Sea Storm OP, good morning from the prairies and have a great day. Beautiful and sunny with a slight breeze to keep one comfortable. Oh, nice. Glad you're having good weather out there.
Yeah, we've got a pretty nice day over here, too.
Mm-hmm. Talking about Ed Sheeran. Oh, because he was in Game of Thrones, right? I think, for like a brief cameo.
I wouldn't know.
Keelim says, well, if you are going to do D&D, then you would split it by universe. Forgotten Realms 1 month, Ravenloft the next, Oriental Adventures, and then Spelljammer.
You really underestimate how long it takes to do that kind of thing.
Oh, and it's all just like generic dungeon fantasy backgrounds, right? So like if we were doing a campaign, how would you call it? D&D style campaign, taverns and forests and stuff, I guess, if you had some D&D hints in the background. Right?
I don't know. Honestly, like, if you want to play a D&D game, we have one of those.
Yeah. Geoffrey says, I was just tanking on my last area and the boss was attacking my Crusaders, but then it glitched and turned around and it looked like he was farting. Art. Programming. Sir Robinson says Ravenloft crossed over pretty much everything.
Yeah, you can pull whatever you want into the mists.
Vingummy says they're enjoying Gloomhaven. That's pretty cool. Did you back Frosthaven too? The sequel, and then they're like coming out with Gloomhaven Light too, which is cute because like Gloomhaven's huge. And then like they called the board game a video game in a box, but then they made the video game version of Gloomhaven, which is pretty cute. G-Freeze says, gotta go, see y'all next week. Can't wait for the 200th Q&A. Cool, see you there.
Yeah.
Dragon Poker says, if we're talking themes, would really love to see a Rocky Horror Picture Show based theme.
Fair.
Frey Attack, how about some characters from the Final Fantasy universe? Would be decent timing with the remake of FF7. I mean, they're pretty generic fantasy characters too, right? I could go with like Kuja maybe, or like some of the weirder boss ones that you get like, temporarily in your party, like maybe Seymour. I don't know.
It comes back to the like parody stuff that I'm less interested in.
Right.
I want to make original stuff, you guys.
But the audience does like parody too.
I know.
Vingummy didn't back Frosthaven because they don't think they'll have finished Gloomhaven before Frosthaven comes out. Well, yeah, if it's as successful as Gloomhaven is, it'll probably hit retail stores anyway, or have multiple Kickstarters. Scrooge McScourge, looking at Milgrid, how does a mine collapse reset the world? That doesn't seem as powerful as pushing a button, a Death Star, setting up the Matrix, or flooding the world with fluoride. Not so sure about the last one. Does she hollow everything out? Huh. You could say that they've reached the core of the world, which is why the mine collapses and implodes, and somehow you teleport out of that mess to start again. I think Justin was just going with like a mine collapse is destructive and resetting the world is slightly destructive, so.
Slightly.
They dug too deep.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Green Samurai 23 is saying, are you saying that lingering buffs might get nerfed or just for uncapped objectives? We were actually looking at a nerf to lingering buffs. Nerf. It'll still be powerful, just not super OP. I still want a Hitchhiker Dolphin Crusader. And then Scrooge is like, ah yes, Balrogs are a thing. And they figured it out. It's Mercy.
Yes, 'tis. Wanted somebody who wouldn't look out of place being a scaredy cat.
Yeah, he does have a bit of a scaredy cat vibe in the game. Dragon Poker says, so long, and thanks for all the fish.
So long. So sad that it should come to this. It's a good song.
So if you're wondering what the weekend promo is this week, it'll be the Uncharted Monoliths promo, featuring buffs to the Dark Griffin, Phytotron 4000, Alacrity, Kebos, and Itiaka. So That'll be fun. With the golden epic for alacrity. Oops, bumped the streaming cart. Lots of dolphin talk. And couples they ship in the game, which is cute.
Feel free.
Chavki maybe. Will we ever see more levels added to the older talents? Well, it's been requested that we add a talent that goes back and adds more levels to older talents. That would, in a way, be uncapped talents, depending. Well, not really. It's been asked, so it's on our list to consider when we do look at the talent updates. But it's not something we're currently planning. Mela just joining us for the last few minutes of the stream. Hello, ladies. Hello.
Hello.
Bungo Bunt says, reposting this from Reddit, someone who already had Jiaolong bought the starter pack and had their AP reduced to 450. Seems a bug. That was a bug. Kevin has fixed it, so if anyone does buy the Jiaolong starter pack as of 10 o'clock this morning, you won't get your EP reset on him. But if you did have your EP reset on purchasing either the Jiaolong or Langley pack, please put in a ticket and I will get it back up to your old number. Scrooge is asking which Crusaders are from earlier games. All of the basic ones? So definitely Nate and Natalie are their Bushwhacker models, and the Bushwhacker themselves. Kane, Jim and Sasha, yeah. I think you run into someone kind of dressed like Mercy in the game, but not actually named Mercy. That's just the wizard outfit. The Dark Griffin and our Taxus were just pets, and we gave them names. What is it? Corey was named... That model is from Bushwhacker 2, but was named after Corey for the artist. Fire Phoenix was also a pet.
Prince Sal was just like a couple cosmetic items slapped together.
Yeah, that's just
given a name.
Yeah, that's just a outfit you can get from the various outfits. Okay. Who's missing? I think that's everybody. But yeah, they're all, the base 20 original look was all like put together from either the customization items in Bushwhacker 2 or pulled from the pets. Emo's a pet, yeah. Which is, it was funny for him to be a pet. Jabble, so maybe some super expensive talent that adds one level to all capped talents, or scales in a way similar to bonus training. Yeah, that is like totally an option. We'll keep it in mind. Scrooge says, thank you, I'll check out the game someday. Cool. Bushwhacker 2 is also going the way of the launcher. I think Nick is actually trying to launch it soon, the downloadable launcher, to keep it alive. But that should also be playable through the Facebook Game Room app in the event of a flash death as well. I like Mildred's look of determination.
Thank you.
I shall be brave. So I'd like to thank those of you who've already gotten the colored treasure chests. They're looking pretty cool. We'll see if we hit the 50 sheets for this week's goal of a DPS buff. And then after another 3 successful activities, we'll have another idle buff. Bungo Buns, I've got an idea for rubies. Let us buy a way to shift Zhao's puddles in a run. It's horrible to have only 4 puddles if the RNG isn't kind. Huh. I mean, you can also just reset right away, but I guess that would waste your free play bonus buff. So, there might be merit to letting you reroll the puddles. Jabble says, I'll do my best if I find my crayons. I mean, crayon coloring sheet. Using crayons to color the sheet's totally legit.
Oh yeah, it's classic.
Yeah. Musical HB is asking what's the story behind the scene.
So, it took longer than I wanted it to, unfortunately, but they are meant to be exploring a crypt. So, where did I put that layer? This background was going to be the little, like, alcoves and coffins, and then this was going to be the entryway, which I'll finish off stream, and eventually you guys will see as a coloring sheet. So that's the intention. Sorry I was slow today.
Well, it's looking pretty cool anyway.
Thanks.
Mildred's got her curly wand.
Yeah.
I guess Karen saw something that spooked her.
Well, they're both pretty spooked, yeah.
Mercy just needs a hug because he's spooked.
Yeah. I have to figure out how to get Karen's face to work, so. Yeah, this will be more finished off stream.
Rainbow Julian says they should have at least brought along Zombie Winter or someone else undid so they got a man on the inside.
That would have been a good idea, wouldn't it? It was almost completely random who I chose. I ended up... so Erika actually suggested this scene, and you suggested Karen.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I can do Karen. That's cool. I like her a lot. And then I wanted somebody with a light source, so it ended up being Mildred. And then I wanted somebody for a little cowardly Scooby-Doo moment back here, so that ended up being Mercy.
Maybe it's Henry who scared them.
Yeah.
Aw.
I did consider Henry, but because he's a ghost and because he's already like a scaredy cat, it was almost too obvious. Again, that thing of making stuff harder for myself when it doesn't really need to be.
Yeah.
Oh well, it's fine.
Cotley Lover says, just bought Zhao. What a DPS boost. Aw. Glad you're enjoying them.
Yeah.
Mela Annie says, love the art and love the curly axe.
Thank you.
Fly by Moon says, you could have had Artaxis as the cowardly lion.
Yeah, but he's down on all fours. The hugging wouldn't work quite as well. Because that was something I wanted. Hugs.
I think I'm gonna call it here for today. So
Okay.
this has been our stream for Thursday, May 28th, June next week. Okay. For Crusaders Weekly. Thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you for all the questions. And thank you to Sasha behind the scenes for modding the chat and grabbing the questions for us. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Bye.
Bye.